Hello, welcome to Target USMLE. Today we will present 10 steps to USMLE Step 1. Today I will be giving you some tips, especially for those who are just getting started for Step 1. First of all, you have to make a commitment. You have to decide whether you want to do this exam, if this is the good time in your life to take the exam, or you're better off doing it when you've had your baby, or say you've finished your PhD, or any other such reasons. So first of all, you have to make a decision and then make a commitment saying that I will take this exam in 6 months' time, say October of 2011. I will give it my very best every day, and make a note of that in bracket, not some days, but every day. Consistency is the key. I cannot stress this enough because you have to work at it every day. You have to tell yourself, I will study every day from such and such a time to such and such a time at a particular place. Because discipline is key here. You have to commit to going to that place at that particular time and putting in that solid effort, and it has to keep going every day till you reach your exam date. And stop giving excuses. We can come up with very good ones, but even that you should stop giving, and that's when you will make progress. Number 2, study resources. You guys know there are a lot of books out there, so you have to be really careful in picking out your resources. It's like a buffet plate. You can't take more, it's going to just fall out of the plate. So pick books that are going to be useful to you. Go to the library, take a look at these books. Just don't go by hearsay. Take a look at this book and see if the format fits your style. No point buying books and not being able to read it. Okay? So don't do that mistake. And don't buy more books than you can ever read. It's already a lot of material that you have to cover, and you do not want to have more than your high yield material. Use time-tested options like First Aid has been helpful to students over the ages, and there are very good reviews about the USMLE question bank. So use the resources that many students have used, and it has worked out for those guys. So it most probably will in your case too. Number 3, make a timetable, because just random studying won't help. You have to have a study plan, because without one you'll be lost. It helps you keep on track. You should also build in some lag phase and time for emergency in case you need to take some time off for studies, so that your overall timetable still holds good. Okay? Now, I'd like to divide day's learning into a couple of blocks, say 3-hour blocks or 2-hour blocks or whatever works for you. But sort of assess your progress at the end of that block. Say you are not in very good mood, you didn't make enough progress, then you can always catch up on your second block for the day. The second 3-hour block, you can give it all you got and make up for the time lost in the first block. So overall, in a particular day, you've still reached your target. All right, before we go on to the 4th tip, I'd like students to know USMLE Step 1 preparation is an evolving phase where the student is taken through 3 phases according to me. Number 1 is the stage where, phase 1 is the stage where you gather all the knowledge and you're building your concepts, you're understanding understanding medicine, and then the number 2 phase is where you recap. Okay, so there are a million stuff you have to know, and phase 2 is where you recollect those concepts and facts in under a minute, because that's about the time given in the real exam. Phase 3 is you've got the concepts now, you can recall the facts, but you still have to be good in test taking skills. So there are these 3 phases that you have to evolve to be really good on your exam day. Let's go to these phases. Phase 1 is building the knowledge base. There are 2 types of knowledge here. One is just concepts, that is just understanding and applying the knowledge, and you're able to answer any question that tests that concept. Number 2 is just facts. You just have to know it as a matter of fact, which is just pure memory and recall. Okay, phase 2 is recall. Now, many students have problems with recall. They can understand stuff, but they just don't seem to remember when it comes to answering questions. So this is where textbooks like First Aid for the USMLE comes in. You just can't go over voluminous material before the exam. So you need a short review source. So something like First Aid or the notes that you have made up, because one line will stand for several pages. Now, some students rely on photographic memory. They can just remember a diagram or a table, and that works too. And then other ways of reinforcing is like quizzing and learning from colleagues. Okay, and there are different modes of acquiring knowledge. You can by audio, by video, pictures, flashcards, sticky notes, and animation. Say you've read the notes, okay, and then the next step could be listening to an audio of the same material, so you're reinforcing twice the same stuff but by different modes. Okay, now question banks, they are also an important recall tool, and question banks are also a source of knowledge. They're also a source of recall, and it also helps you to build up your testing skills. So it helps you in all three phases. Now phase 3, now test taking strategies or skills. So you should be able to recall randomly, and it's not an subject wise questioning. So for example, the first question is not going to be from anatomy and the next one is from physiology. It's going to be random from any system, from molecular biology to embryology to endocrinology. So you should be ready for the integrated approach and random recall. You also have to factor in a fatigue factor because it's a long exam. And you're not going to get partial credit if you have the answer partly right. It's just an all or none phenomena. So either you get it right or wrong. Timing is important for each question. And most questions are usually a clinical vignette pattern. So a clinical scenario given, but mainly maybe testing a basic science concept. So some of the questions involve two-step, three-step thinking. And you also will understand as you do more questions, there are key words in the question. And the last line is sometimes the only sentence that you'll probably have to read to answer the question. So you get used to or tuned to this way of thinking as you do more and more questions. Now, remember, the answer is just staring at you. The exam test whether you're able to point it out in the time given. Let's go on to the fourth step. Understanding and timing your resources. So, you know these are the three phases that you have to go through as you prepare for step 1. And you have to know, say, take some material that you have decided to buy and make sure which aspect of your preparation phase is this study resource going to help me. Okay. Number 2, when are you going to use that resource? So make a game plan and then use it at the appropriate time. And don't be hard on yourself. It's just an exam. It's not your life itself. Okay, so don't make very strict timetables. I like to make a timetable and then whatever is not done for that day, I won't beat myself up, but rather put it into a balance account for the weekend. So that way you're still on track, keeping up with your timetable, and then you have to catch up. Maybe sacrifice your Sunday to catch up on all the balance account stuff that you have not done yet. And take breaks for the gym, fresh air, or just plain simply chill, okay? So tell yourself, it's just 350 questions or so, I can do it. 6, set your test date on stone, okay? After your first read perhaps, and when you sort of know, okay, this is how much I have to study, and probably it'll take another a month to revise, and then doing some questions, I should be ready to go. Kind of set your test date then, because nobody is really ever really ready for this exam. So you come and take it when you're at this point. Like I say, this is as good as it gets, because when you're preparing for the exam, it's a slow uphill, okay? And then you come to a phase where you know everything, you can recall stuff, and you think, okay, this is how good is it, as it gets. And so that's the point you have to take the exam, because after that you'll start to re-question yourself, doubt what you're thinking, and that's not good. So when you're at this plateau phase, just take it. Master it. Okay, anything you learn, you just have to know it cold for sure. Okay, there's no half-baked stuff, not for the USMLE. If you get it, you should get it. You should be able to answer the question however twisted it is, based on, if you're strong in your concepts, you should be able to answer any question on that concept, however twisted the questions may be. Number 8, revision. I can't stress this enough, okay? So if you have an option, whether you have to revise or know a topic in detail, I would pick revise, because reinforcing it twice, after you've understood it, of course, that would be very key for this exam, because revision, that's all you have to do to enhance your recall and memory. And please don't do a PhD on a topic. Just learn it, know it, understand it, and move on, okay? Love studying medicine, okay? Now this is one more God-given chance to strengthen your concepts in medicine. So after all, you're doing this USMLE to become a doctor and practice in the United States. So all this knowledge is going to help you be a better physician. So when you love your work, then it's no longer work. Then you start to enjoy preparing for this exam, and that's what it should really feel like while you prepare for this exam. Number 10, believe in yourself, because if you don't, then who else will? So with this, everybody at Target USMLE, wishing you good luck for your Step 1 prep. Take care. Bye-bye.